Our resident mom, Kasey Schwartz, is here, and she's got more helpful hacks for us. Now, if you don't know what a hack is, we'll help you out with that too. Hi, Kasey. It's always good to see you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for being here. Now, tell us what a hack is. You were on recently talking about hacks, and I didn't know what it was then, and I'm sure some of our viewers don't know what a hack is.
Right, exactly. Well, a hack is something that's like a tip or a trick for your home that makes things easier. Just a little hack. I don't even know, a little tip.
Okay. So what did you bring for us today?
Okay, well, I have several different things. So starting here is, I like to bake a lot, but sometimes I don't need all the brown sugar that I've used. And then I always found that when I would go back to the bag, it would be hard and a mess, and I'd have to throw it out.
Yeah.
And so therefore, I needed something to keep my brown sugar nice and moist. So a good trick is to take it out of the bag from the store, put it in a Ziploc bag, and add a couple marshmallows, and it will keep it soft.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of making me hungry, actually.
I know. Next time we'll have to bake.
We will have to bake.
Okay,
absolutely.
sounds great.
So what do we have here? Soap?
The next thing, this is just a really fun little hack for your bathroom. You just take a normal bar of soap, open it up, wipe it onto your mirrors, and then you buff it off with just a washcloth, and then your mirrors won't fog up anymore.
Huh, so the soap bar has to be dry when you rub it on
Yes, you just rub it straight onto the mirror from the package.
Would not have thought of that, of course. None of this stuff I would have thought about. That's why it's called a hack.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
What else do we have here?
This is if you know, sometimes foaming hand soap is really great for kids and families. We love it, but it's really expensive, and this goes really fast. So a great little tip is you just take your normal hand refill soap, just the normal liquid kind. You put it in your foaming hand soap container, and you fill it about 1/4 of the way up, and then you fill it the rest of the way with water, shake it up, and you have foaming hand soap.
So does that mean this is concentrated then, or?
No, this is just your normal hand soap. Yeah,
okay.
This isn't the foaming soap that you get at the store. This is the actual normal liquid soap.
Okay, so that's what the water's for. So we got the water and then this, and then it makes the...
It makes it foam. But you have to use your foaming hand soap container to make it foam.
And and I've noticed it seems like with these, they're a little bit more expensive, or maybe you get a little bit less or something.
They're sometimes a little more
just
expensive.
For the foaming.
Right.
Yeah.
And they go quicker. They do in my house anyway with the kids, because they're always like,
Yeah.
they like the bubbles.
Yeah, they like the bubbles. So let's use like 10 pumps.
Exactly, that's what they do. So we came up with this little hack. So,
okay, that's a good one.
Another thing, this is just plain vinegar, and I like to use that as my fabric softener instead of using chemicals and you know, spending so much money on fabric softener. So you just take about a cup, you add it to your normal rinse agent in your washer, and I also like to use a little bit of like lavender essential oil. I'll put a couple drops in there, and then it will scent it naturally.
Yeah, I was going to say, because as soon as you said vinegar and clothes, I thought, okay, this is going to smell kind of gross.
No, absolutely not. There's absolutely no smell when it rinses. It also takes any odors out of your clothes that might be in there.
Oh, wow.
So if you need to freshen up towels, maybe you've left them in there a little too long,
run
them through again with a cup of this as your rinse. Add a couple drops of essential oil
if
you want.
Not too much.
No,
just a few drops.
Couple drops.
Okay.
And you don't even have to do that. You can use just the vinegar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. Now what we got here? Art
now
supplies.
this is so fun. So I mentioned before that I had a daycare in the past, and also I have kids, and they love to do art. Instead of having several different containers out on the table and they're reaching and grabbing, I sit this in the center. I put whatever we need for the day, and they can just grab. It's just a normal cupcake holder. This is a jumbo size. I put little cups in there, and then whatever supplies that we need. Okay. And it just goes in the center of the table.
So kind of a good way of cutting them off, so they don't have unlimited loads of crayons and markers and
they're not everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, that's good. Good.
Yeah.
And put it back when you're done.
Exactly.
All right.
Another fun thing is I do a lot of baking, and I always have cupcake liners laying around in my cabinets, and I think a lot of them are so pretty. So what I will do is I'll put them in mason jars. I love mason jars for all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So I'll put it in. It has a really pretty little lid you can buy at the store, and then I'll just sit this on my counter, and it's just a pretty little decoration.
That is. That's very pretty.
Yeah, and so you just open it up and pop them out as you need.
And they're not all over the pantries.
Exactly, right.
Okay.
Another thing is, this is just regular rubbing alcohol.
Okay.
And again, with kids, we always have markers that are dried out. And so instead of throwing them out, you can put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in here, and you open your marker and you set it in the rubbing alcohol, and then it will rehydrate the marker.
What?
Right. So when the water, or the alcohol starts to change color, you know that your marker is starting to work again. That way you don't have to buy so many, and you don't have to throw them out. Just rehydrate.
Because kids have a tendency to not put the caps back on the
Exactly.
markers. Now, what about how long do you leave it in there with the?
It's not that long.
You don't have to
a
leave it
minute.
in there. Oh, okay. So it's not like you leave it in there for a couple hours.
When you stick it in there, it will start to absorb up into the marker, and then it will have the color will go into the alcohol a little bit, and you'll know that it's ready.
Okay. All right. Well, I wish we had time to get to all of them, but I guess we were out of time. Kasey, as always, thank you so much for being here. To learn more about Kasey, including helpful tips, recipes, and crafts, visit allthingsmama.com. You can also find her on all things social media using the handle allthingsmama.